welcome back to my YouTube channel. So today I'm going to be doing a video on crested gecko care and how to set up for crested geckos. I'll get straight into the video. The first thing you need to think about is, are you going to be there all the time? These geckos live up to 15 to 20 years if cared for properly. You can't just pack up your bags and be like, see ya! Oh, I'm going on holiday. With crested geckos, the humidity needs to be at least 50%. My cages in the daytime usually sit around 65%, and then at night time it will raise up to about 75 to 80%, and that's all due to the spraying at night time. We do have heat lamps. A lot of people don't have heat lamps, or they just use heat mats. If you live somewhere that's really warm, then it's usually recommended you don't actually need a heat bulb at the top. That's because crested geckos don't need that much of a high temperature. But if you do live there somewhere that's really cold and you have a heat bulb in the day but you don't know what to do at night time because it drops really low, what you can do is you can get a heat mat and you can keep it on a side so the crested gecko has a hot spot. So today they are sat at 23 degrees, which is just right for a crested gecko. So as I said, if you do live in a place where it gets cold, you can just purchase a heat mat. So what you can do is you can stick it on the side, usually just near the top, middle. When it gets cold at night time and you don't have a heat lamp, the crested gecko can sit on the side and have a hot spot. So when it comes to feeding crested geckos, these are very important. So I feed Repashy. I have tried Pangea, but they prefer Repashy. So I've added in a video of how to make that one. And then with the calcium powder, you want to dust the crickets with that. And then I feed the crickets to the gecko once every 2 weeks. I would give them about 5 to 10 crickets. I don't want to overfeed on the bugs because they'll get hooked on them and they will not eat the Repashy that they need. They need to eat this. It's got all the nutrients they need in there. Crested geckos only get one tail, so if this falls off, it will not grow back. A lot of the time people find the crested geckos just drop their tail out of nowhere. Don't pull on the tail, it will fall off. They can just drop their tails and it will never grow back. They'll be fine without the tails, but it takes them probably a couple of weeks to get their balance back again. I'm going to go on to doing the crested gecko setup now, so I'm going to put him away. Say bye, Gizmo! What I've done is I've taken everything out of the cage, and now I'm just going to disinfect all of the sides to make sure they're all clean. Make sure you use a reptile safe disinfectant. So now I'm going to take all the plants and items from her cage and go disinfect them. Make sure they're all clean with hot water, and I'll be back in a moment. So once I've got all the plants and the items out of the cage, I will get hot water and I will pour it all over the plants and then I will disinfect. So when I disinfect, I leave it on for about 10 minutes, make sure all the bacteria, all the dirt, everything has gone. And then I will get a kettle of water and I will pour it all over and make sure it's all rinsed off, and then I'll go over with cold water. Okay, so what I've done, I have mixed cocoa brick with habitat moss, quite a lot of water, and it all expands, and I've mixed it around together so it creates that humid base layer. That's all you need to do. I really recommend habitat moss for your geckos. This will keep it very humid for them, and I also use that for my snakes as well. So now we've got our base layer, then I will add a handful of this cocoa bark just on the top, just for a bit of texture, and if she needs to shed, she can rub herself against that. So now these plants are clean, I can go ahead and put these in. So I'll put the pretty one near the front. I'll spread it out so she's got plenty of space to climb. So there's just 2 plants in there at the bottom. Make sure they're all spread out because you want plenty of room for her to climb all over. For the top foliage, these are great. These have little suction cups, so what I usually do is I just pop them closest to the top I can get them. The same on the other side, so I'll pop that one on there, make sure it's on secure, spread it out a little bit, same as all the others, like so. So these are great. These are called jungle vines, so they're perfect for geckos. So what I usually do is I will spread it all around inside. I'll show you once I've finished. So now I've got the vine in place and all of the foliage, what I will do is I will get my probe from my temperature reader and I will just wrap it around the vine, I will usually just tie it so it is facing towards the heat bulb. So this will give me the temperature of the cage and the humidity throughout the day. So when I need to check on that one, it's perfect and it's right there. This ledge is great, so when I put her food bowl here, she can go up or go either way and sit there and eat her food. These are a must for crested geckos. They will not eat their food on the ground. They are arboreal, so they will like to eat their food up high. So I put this usually just towards like midway at the top. So now the feeding ledge is all in. So later I will show you how to make the perfect consistency for their food. So this is a bendable vine as well, so what I would do, I would just place this in here, and then it's perfect if she wants to come up here and sit and eat her food. So this is just a kitchen roll tube. I usually get a fresh one each week. They actually love sitting in here, it makes them feel secure and safe and hidden. Now I'm going to put Gizmo back in. Every day, just before you turn the lights off. This will raise the humidity over night time. Just give them the spray. This is where they get their water from, so they will lick the droplets on the side. So when it comes to feeding my crested geckos, I give them fresh food every other day. So I put in 1 teaspoon, like well, half a teaspoon of rapashi. And you mix that with some water. You want it like a thick toothpaste-ish consistency. Thank you for watching my YouTube video. I hope I've helped some of you set up the crested geckos and get to know a bit about them. Please don't forget to like and subscribe, I'll really appreciate it. See you soon!